If I wasn't skipping stones, I wasn't doing nothing.
You weren't living life.
That was dude. That was like the best rock show any kid's life.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You're a weird kid.
Yeah. Hold on. I think it's gonna stop again at 18 seconds.
Is it gonna stop again?
Let's find out. No, it keeps going.
Let's keep going.
All right.
We did it.
Podcasting 101. 3 years later.
Still figuring it
out. Yep.
Yeah. Turtle Power.
Episode 154 of ComiCentric.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Girls, a great Ninja Turtle art show we had this past weekend. That was amazing. Seeing such artists as and more.
And more. You know, it's funny. When I came, I pitched this idea to Marty back in like January, I think, or
right,
maybe towards the end of the year. I just remember reading an article saying like, "Oh, this coming year is the 35th anniversary of that Turtles movie,"
right?
And that shit fucking
blew your mind.
Blew my mind. It made me feel very old.
Yeah. It's not 25. At least when 25,
25 or 20, cool. Like yeah, but 35.
That's like saying
the whole person
50. Yeah, it's like saying you're 50 years old.
Fuck. I was doing the math. I was like 9 years old when that fucking movie came out.
Sounds about right.
That's outrageous.
Sounds about right. You were caught up in the turtle mania.
Oh, I love Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I love Ninja Turtles. I don't know if I told you the story. So, like, my dad's best friend when I was a kid,
right,
was this Japanese guy, and he was really into Japanese culture. Like, he was hardcore. He took us to museums and shit.
Wow.
And
he was Japanese museums.
Yeah. But then he was also into like underground comic shows.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There was such a thing back in the days, in the 90s?
Apparently.
It was all black and white, I bet.
And it was like the late 80s.
Late 80s?
Yeah.
So like newsprint.
Yeah. And so like he would go to these underground comic shows, right? Like, like just, like, oh, I was in the back of a fucking warehouse or something, just show that, right?
Yeah.
And I remember one time he would come all the time. He'd be like, "Oh, here, you like comics, like,
here you go."
I didn't really wasn't really into it yet, but like, here you go.
Yeah.
And he gave me a Ninja Turtles comic.
The regular Ninja Turtles comic?
Yeah,
like the Eastman Larry Ninja Turtles? Like not number one or like a random
number one. I have it somewhere.
Yeah.
And I remember reading that and I was like, "What is this?" Like, look at.
Why is guys' heads getting chopped off? What is?
And I remember
doing this.
I don't remember how young I was. I had to be really young. The movie came out. I was 9 years old. But I remember like going to school for Halloween that year, dressing up like a Ninja Turtle, and people were like, "What
the fuck's a Ninja Turtle?
What the fuck's a Ninja Turtle?" And like the following year, the cartoon came out. Yeah.
Take that, kids.
Yeah.
And then every kid dress up like a Ninja Turtle.
It became.
Wait, how'd you dress up like a Ninja Turtle? There was no plastic costume.
My dad fucking made it out of foam.
Out of foam?
He carved it out of foam. And my dad was really into fucking airbrushing for a minute.
Okay.
So he airbrushed it. We went to this karate store in like, I forgot where, Hollywood or something like that. And I bought a green gi.
Okay.
And I wore it underneath the foam fucking shell. Yeah.
You weren't beat up by kids? You made it out alive that day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And the worst part, one of the worst parts.
Wait, there's a worst part?
It's pretty cool. I gotta find a picture. of it. Because the mask was pretty simple, but like I remember that was a whole thing, right? The worst part of the whole thing,
right,
is when you're in elementary school, you have the Halloween parade thing.
Yeah.
I won a trophy
for most creative or best do it yourself.
No, for funniest costume.
You know what? That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
No one knew what the Ninja Turtles were. Look at this kid trying to be a Ninja Turtle.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Ninja reptile, Ninja green guy. What did they describe you as?
I don't know. They asked me, well, where are you, a Ninja Turtle? Like,
what's a Ninja Turtle? Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
And they were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? Yeah. So you're ahead of your time.
Yeah, and I had two plastic swords. That's the only weapons we could find.
Oh yeah. And karate and all that hasn't been popular yet. Right?
Well, I guess it was like in the 70s, right?
But you're in the 80s. You're in the
mid to late 80s. Yeah. Yeah, because the cartoon came out in 89.
Yeah.
So I was like 7, 8 years old
around that time.
When that came out, so I was probably like, about 6 or 7 years old.
So wait, so when did the movie come out?
In 1990.
So okay, so like a year before.
Year after.
Year after. Okay. Fucking timelines.
Yeah.
Were you ever one of those kids who wore the plastic?
No, that was the only time I was a Ninja Turtle.
Is the only time?
It was the only time.
You didn't try to reprise your fucking role as a Ninja Turtle?
No. And I remember when I was a kid, they had that Ninja Turtle cereal.
Yeah.
And Atlantic Square used to be like a market. It was Albertsons or something before.
Ralph's or Save-Ons or Pick and Save, yeah.
And they had a big event where like they were gonna like, oh, you can go and you get the cereal, and there was a Ninja Turtle there. And there's a whole thing, and I bugged my aunt to take me, and she was like, fine. She just took me. We found that picture recently. That's the worst Ninja Turtle I've ever seen.
Like you could see the dude inside.
Like he had a giant fucking head, and he had like a little fucking skinny body. Like it was all like.
But it was the one with the grinning face. Like,
with the side,
with the sides on both sides.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Yeah, I have a big history in Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Did you get the cereal?
Yeah.
Did you eat it?
Ew.
Yeah,
it's gross. The only thing I never ate, I just didn't like them, was the Hostess had the fruit pies.
Oh, those I actually like the Ninja Turtle ones.
They had Ninja Turtle ones. They were shaped as a shell. And it had it was a
crust, but the crust was like,
crust was like shaped as the shell.
Yeah.
And the inside it was like some kind of green filling, right? But it was like the
apple. It was apple.
Yeah, but it was the ooze, right? It was the Mutation ooze.
It was all right. It was fine. It was apple.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I never liked those fruit pies in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so that's your problem.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Don't talk shit about those fruit pies. It's
terrible.
It's horrible.
They don't exist for a reason.
Yeah, they're too delicious to live in this world.
For this world? They're for the gods?
There's only room for one fruit pie.
Fruit pie.
For Kirby up in the...
Yeah, he's eating the fruit pies? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
So, yeah,
yeah, that was
a big intro. Like I had all the figures.
Yeah.
I had all the main figures. And I remember bugging my friend for Casey Jones. When they made that figure, like, that's my favorite character.
Yeah.
I always thought he was cool, right?
Yeah, sweatpants.
Yeah. Sweatpants and hockey mask, right?
Yeah. Cutouts.
Had the April one, I had the Splinter one, I had a Shredder. I had like some of the obscure ones, but I didn't get too many of the obscure ones. I had like Baxter and Rocksteady and Bebop and
see, I didn't have that many. I had like I had Casey Jones. I had like a random foot soldier.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they had the foot soldier.
Yeah. A random foot soldier.
And the fucking like shirtless Shredder for some reason, right?
I had the pizza launcher. That I remember was the thing.
Yeah,
You need,
like, the cannon thing.
It's like you set them on top and
yeah.
The little discs. Yeah, I had that.
Oh, I had the blimp.
The freaking
You held it right, and like
it was like a gun, and
you push a button, the blimp goes off.
Yeah. I had the thing where like it was a light, and you were tracing Ninja Turtles, which is weird ass fucking.
Yeah.
It was all money making.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember as a kid, I fucking bugged everybody.
Yeah.
I wanted a Technodrome.
Oh fuck you!
Like I wanted the Technodrome.
You never got that.
I never got the Technodrome. And then like when I was like in college, I think I was at some show and they had it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna get it. I think I'm gonna fucking buy it. And then I saw it. I was like, that's it. Like it was not impressive.
And not just that, you probably saw it and it was probably not complete.
Probably not.
You know, it was not fully because I remember the hand would roll, the
and the eye would pop out, right? Yeah.
The eye, that was it would roll.
Technodrome.
Like, oh no! And then there would be like a trap for the ooze to go through or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, the ooze.
Oh no, the Technodrome.
Yeah.
From Dimension X.
From Dimension X.
Yeah.
Where Krang the Brain was running. That's great.
Yeah.
Who thought of this idea?
I don't know, man. That's a cartoon thing, right?
Yeah. That's the problem. We grew up with the cartoon. A lot of people did not grow up with the comic book.
Well, I feel like people
now
that started with the comic book, like when it came out, they were probably like already in their 20s and shit, right? Like I think it's like that was a super underground thing.
They were older. You think they were older? The fans of the early Turtles.
Cause I think they were already like that was like because that was a heyday of like fucking like indie comics. That was like like that wasn't the shit you found at a newsstand. You had to go to shows. You had to go to like
Okay, someone had to know someone.
You
had
to go even like record stores and shit would have them, and like
back when record stores had independent magazines.
Yeah. I mean, I see that's the thing. Like I miss that kind of stuff. Like hearing about that kind of stuff, it sounds really cool. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's cool that it's more available now.
Yeah.
But it's just like cool, like oh, I know about something you don't know. You know,
It's underground. Well, I forgot what I was looking at on eBay, and then I saw like Underground Zine from 1987 of some like random place in like Milwaukee. $87. It was going for like there were people bidding on this thing.
Yeah, man, people are hardcore like that.
Yeah.
Man.
And it said like first, I forgot what it was in there, and it's like first something. It was a band that was already out at the time, but they were like doing an interview with someone in this college campus zine from 1987 or something, 78 or something like that.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And $87. I was like, what the fuck?
Nuts, man.
I'm telling you, it's weird.
Yeah, because like, was it like the Tick? The Tick started in some comic shop newsletter.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking crazy.
As their mascot. That's where you got retro from, dude.
Yeah.
You could totally do something.
Do it. I can't do it, man. I haven't tried.
Yeah, I know. He's
too Kirby. He's too Kirby-ish. Like, I think
he's too big for you.
He kind of is.
Right?
He kind of is.
It always seemed that way.
You know.
But I mean, so was the Tick. I think the Tick is too big for this universe as it is. You know.
Well, see, the thing with like it's same thing as the Turtles.
Yeah.
When people think of the Tick, they think of the cartoon.
Yeah.
They think of the Patrick Warburton show.
Right.
You know, like I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't met too many people that talk about the Amazon one.
Right.
I saw the first season of that. It was all right. It was interesting.
It was closer to the cartoon than the second one.
But the thing was, like, but when you read the comics are ridiculous.
Yeah, no, they're
so over the top,
and they're racist a little.
Well, I love the fact that like, because he did the same model as Allred.
Yeah,
like where it was like he had the main Tick book, and then all of a sudden he did like Tick team up.
Yeah,
and that was cool because there's like an Invincible issue, there's a Madman issue, there's a
whoever wanted to team up could team up with the Tick.
Yeah,
and that was the absurdity of the Tick. See, that's why I like characters like that. Freakazoid would have could have been a good character because he could have teamed up with any cartoon character at the time.
Because he exists in the internet.
Yeah, which everything exists in the internet now. So
it's just so funny because it's like if you think about it, like because you think of like old comics and talk about like radiation. You know, like oh, radiation. You know,
because we don't understand it.
We understand it, but then we at one point we were like, he got his powers from the internet, like because we didn't understand it. Like,
that's perfect. Tell me how it's perfect. No, it's not perfect. We don't know how it works. It's a series of tubes.
It's tubes and ones and zeros.
You go through.
You freak out.
Yeah. Like
it was like the cat fucking put in the coder, right?
Yeah, mistakenly.
Yeah,
little fat cat and shit.
Was it Chubby Lumpkins or Chubby something?
Chubby Lumpkins?
Something like that.
I don't know, man.
I just remember my favorite bit from that is in the pilot when like Gutierrez is trying. He's trying to get like the secret of how to get the powers.
Played by
fucking Ricardo Montalban, right?
The great Ricardo Montalban.
And then he had them all tied up, and he had the fucking cat tied up because he goes the cat fucking puts the button around, and he's like, oh, I'll get to the bottom of this. He gets a cat psychologist, and the cat's like meow meow meow, and he says he's very sad
because like meow 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 meow. He says he's very
sad.
Yeah, no, but the cat does it again later on in the episode, right? Does it twice.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
And then I totally forgot that what is the Scottish guy?
The kilt? No,
he was
Scotsman.
No, he was his buddy. He was like his trainer or whatever. Like
oh, he's the one that showed him.
Yeah, he showed him how to use the powers. It's fucking Craig Ferguson.
Yes,
that's funny.
Yes, the great perverted Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson is hilarious.
No, he's a great big pervert. He's like got away with it because he's good on you. Yeah. Anyway,
but yeah.
Sorry.
Weird '90s comics.
It was weird for everyone who read those because those transitions to. How did they transition to kids' cartoons? That's my thing, you know.
Yeah. Dude, because think of like Sam and Max.
Yeah.
That is not a kid's comic.
Oh
no, it is so not. Like they toned it down for the cartoon, and the cartoon is so like, you know what's fucking sad to say. I feel like nowadays that's closer to like a kid's cartoon now. Look at stuff like Adventure Time and Regular Show, and it was absurd. It was and that started it.
But with a main narrative, with, you know, they're detectives.
Yeah.
Sam and Max, Finn and Jake. It's there.
Yeah.
I get it. But another thing was like with Sam and Max, the cartoons, they were deranged, they were diabolical, they were in the cartoon, they're wily, they're wacky.
They're wacky.
Yeah. You know.
He's pulling guns out of his ass.
Yeah. But in the cartoon, they try to cut that border, try to do that border, you know, like tell it to your mother, kid, or something. Like tells them, you know. But in the
But the thing too is like then that was a thing though. They were trying
Yeah.
to make these like weird comics into cartoons, right?
Yeah.
Then you go like to the Max, right? That was
Yeah, but that's HBO.
no, that was MTV.
MTV. Oh,
MTV, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, because that's
Yeah.
what was their absurd line, right? Was it like MTV Absurd?
What was it
MTV?
called? Something Odyssey or
Was it
something?
Odyssey?
Something like that. It was like some kind of weird like
That was
I
absurd.
remember there was like a
Eyeball.
carnival, right? Like it was like a freak show,
Yeah.
like motif.
Was it Freak Show Carnival?
'Cause there was like that,
Oddities?
the head, and there was like Eon Flux.
And Diarrhea.
Yeah.
Daria.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah, but those other ones weren't comic. Well, Aeon Flux was in a comic. It was created by
Yeah,
comic
it's created by
creator,
what's the bit? Yeah.
but wasn't really a comic.
And the great Charlize Theron movie.
Shirley Sarah. Let's we'll save that one for another one.
But I think it all comes down to like
Yeah.
it all started with the Turtles. Like the Turtles went from indie comic to big Saturday morning cartoon, and I feel like if that didn't happen, none of the other cartoons would have happened.
Well, I mean, let's kick it back a little bit. What about, let's say, DuckTales? Let's say Donald Duck had a cartoons.
Yeah,
Uncle Scrooge came out of cartoons, and those were comics also.
Yeah. But they were, that's true.
But they're already established characters as in Disney cartoons.
I think it was around the same time, right? DuckTales,
yeah, the 90s.
Yeah, it was around the same time.
But they were also comic books first, but they were big comics. They're Disney comics, They had a following, they had people already behind them, and they still did it.
Yeah,
they still managed to do
that makes sense. Well, it was different though. Like it wasn't like
how is
like if you don't know, I mean, like this thing compared to the comics, like they wrote Donald off pretty quick and like and then
they send him out to sea.
Yeah,
he's the money.
He re-enlisted to the military, or whatever, Navy.
Yeah, because in the books it was Donald Duck and his nephews,
and then fucking what's her face, Della Duck.
Yeah, and then this one it's like Uncle Scrooge and his nephews.
Yeah,
why did they do that?
I guess pretty interesting, right? Because he's like Uncle Scrooge is like a badass, right? But then he's got to take care of these 3 kids, so it's like I guess
Yeah. See, but that's more of the latest radiation one. The original one, he was just kind of like, all right, cool, I'm doing it. Here they are, whatever. Here's Miss Beakley, take care of them, whatever. I'm rich old man.
Was she like his maid, or was she like the nanny?
No, she. In the first episode, they hire her.
Oh,
they're chasing out all the nannies that come in, but she's the only one that can keep up with them. Yeah. But the only thing was she had a little niece with her, and he's like, whatever, you're adorable.
Yeah,
come on in.
I'm rich.
Yeah, he fucking fell in love with the little girl.
Which is weird because like the later version, like that's his daughter or some shit, right? Like
right, yeah,
like she's like clone or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna take that one. That's a whole different paradox. But
yeah, because it's so weird because then you like I feel like it's just I don't know. Okay, do you think the 1990s Ninja Turtle movie, the live action movie, is that a family movie?
I love being a turtle.
Cause it's kind of heavy.
It's heavy, but yeah, I would say yes, because there's a lot of values you can learn from that stuff. Is Kino's being
that's part 2.
Oh, it's part 2.
That's part 2.
Wait,
part 1 is like the weird little redhead kid. Is April's
nephew?
No, it's her boss's kid. Fucking Danny, and then
right, okay.
Part 1 and then fucking what's his name?
Right. And then Raph's all mad because he can't stay down there any longer, and he gets upstairs and he meets Casey Jones, and he gets his ass kicked by Casey Jones.
Casey Jones kicks his ass, and then he fucks up because he saves April.
Yeah, and he leaves the side there.
And no, that's the beginning of the movie. Yeah. He saves April again, trying to get the side back.
Oh.
But then one of the foot soldiers follows them back to the lair.
And they find out everything.
And they kidnap Splinter. It's Raph's fault.
Yeah. And then he's all blaming himself, and he goes after Splinter.
Oh no! You remember?
He gets his ass kicked, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, because they go stay with April. Because April's already doing a story about the Foot Clan.
Right.
So they're trying to get information about the Foot Clan
from April.
Right. So they're staying with her.
Yeah.
Raph fucking gets mad at Leo because he's like, we should be doing something, and Leo's like, Leo's like, what are we gonna do? We can't do anything.
Yeah.
He goes up to the roof and he's fucking around.
He tells the Master Splinter wouldn't want us to do that or something. What do you know about Master Splinter want?
And then fucking Danny, he saw Michelangelo in the apartment, so he tells Shredder like, oh, I know where they're at.
Yeah.
and
And
then
they burn it down.
They burn it down, and then they go to the farm.
Right. But is that where Raph gets hurt then?
Yeah, Raph gets hurt.
The fire?
Yeah, no. Yeah, he gets hurt because he's up in the roof, fucking like air punching or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then they're already gonna burn the place down. The foot soldiers attack him.
Yeah.
So there's like a dozen of them show up, and he's fighting them.
And so he gets comatose because of
yeah, they kick his ass and they throw him through the window, and the other trolls start fighting.
Yeah.
Casey Jones shows up because he lives across the street, you know.
Of course. All right. And he shows up out of nowhere.
He shows up out of nowhere and he fucking helps him out.
Yeah. And they put him in a bathtub.
Yeah, because he's a turtle.
He's a turtle.
He's a big turtle.
Yeah.
And then they go to the farm.
Yeah, the farm.
Yeah.
They have the spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
Leo had the spiritual awakening.
They see the fucking Splinter in the fire.
The fucking like Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah. The only thing about that movie that it always bugged me a little, just a little bit, where there are a lot of scenes where all of a sudden it'll be smoke.
Yeah.
And you just hear pow, 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 and everyone would just be knocked down afterwards. Oh, the Ninja Turtle did that.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't see that.
No, it's hard, man. The suits, weren't great.
I mean,
weren't great.
Suspension of disbelief, I guess, but at the same time, it's like,
no. My favorite is like,
show me a fist or something.
It's kind of a racist joke.
No.
It was when April the second time, and she gets confronted by the Foot Clan.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we have a message for you, Miss O'Neill. And she's like, oh, am I late on my Sony bill?
What's Sony?
Sony.
What's?
It's a Japanese company.
Okay.
She's surrounded by ninjas, and she's like, "Am I late on my Sony bill?"
I feel like that joke would probably only hit in Japan because we don't have Sony bills here. We have Best Buy bills. We have credit card bills.
Back then, you would buy shit like,
from Sony directly, like from Sears. You would still have a Sears bill. You wouldn't have a Sony.
Yeah.
So I guess what you're seeing, whether it's racist,
but the ninjas are coming to collect.
I don't think that joke hits. I think that joke lands a little bit off to the side. I know what it's trying to do. I try what's racist and hilarity, but at the same time, it's like Sony bill.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a weird joke. Yeah.
It's a weird joke.
Weird joke.
There's no such thing as a Sony bill. I didn't buy my PlayStation in 5 easy payments and pay Sony directly.
I think you might have.
No, I paid the credit card company that I used to fucking buy it. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah. That was. That joke. I remember that. It was that joke. And then a couple other things just like, stuck out in that movie. Oh, I gotta find it. I have the comic book adaptation.
The first one?
Of the movie. Kevin Eastman drew it.
Oh.
There's stuff in that comic that's not in the movie.
Oh.
And one of the big ones, it always bugged me as a kid. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Remember the part when they're in the farm?
Yeah.
And April's drawing them?
Yeah.
And she's like, Donatello and Casey Jones are friends. And Leo fucking goes and he won't leave Raph's side. And she's drawing. She doesn't draw Michelangelo.
But she did.
Yeah. So in the comic, you find out Michelangelo is taking it the hardest that they lost Splinter. And there's a scene where he's in the barn and there's like an old water heater.
He's beating the shit out of it.
And he's beating the shit out of it.
Michelangelo?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, though.
Like, he's just punching it and he's denting the shit out of it. And then, the funny thing is, there's a scene in the movie that they re-edited. So, remember the part where it's Raph on the roof of the barn and he yells, Splinter, right? So, it's Raph's voice, but if you look at it, it's Michelangelo.
Yelling Splinter?
Yeah. But they dubbed Raph's voice.
No shit.
You can see the fucking nunchuck.
You can see the nunchuck and the green and the orange masks and shit?
Yeah. Well, it's nighttime, but whatever. You can see the nunchuck hanging off his belt.
Fascinating.
It's weird.
A little Easter egg there.
I don't know why they cut that out.
Why because he's not the angry one.
Well, no, but
he's a cool dude.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if he's the one taking the hardest,
that's a contrary. If he's the one taking the hardest, the other guys are taking it too easy.
Yeah.
That doesn't. He's the guy relaxed. He's the guy that's closest to the stoner without being a stoner.
Totally stoner.
Yeah.
He skateboards.
Yeah, he should be the chillest one out of all of them. So it makes sense from going from the cartoon's perspective.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be that way. That's a Ralph move.
Yeah.
Raph move.
Yeah.
Raph move.
What was it? I was at the line wrong, and it was like, so it says Raphael is cool but rude or crude?
Crude but rude.
No, it's like cool but crude or something like that, right?
An attitude.
I don't know. But then Michelangelo is a party dude.
Party. Leonardo's a leader. Donatello does machines.
Does machines.
Does machines. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Joanna pointed out too. Like I played that rap from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
When they're rapping, they say Raphael's the leader.
No shit.
In the song, they say he's the leader.
Raphael's the leader.
Yeah.
Really?
That if that movie was is anything from the comic.
Kind of, right? Like it's kind of an adaptation of the
Sorry,
first.
I didn't understand the question.
Like if the movie is related to the comic.
The fact that Shredder is there?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, because the thing is, in the comic, in the first issue of the comic, Shredder dies.
Yeah.
So in the movie, he kind of dies.
Not by the garage either.
No, like they fucking murder him. They fucking tear him apart. Like,
shank his ass to death.
And it was one of those things where, like, I think it was like they didn't think, they were like, oh, we're not gonna do another one. We're just, if we do one, this is it. And then it became so popular, they're like, they had to figure out how to bring him back. And there was like different time where he came back from hell and he came back as like,
At one point, they weren't even going. They're just going to use him as a moniker, the helmet.
Yeah.
As a moniker.
Yeah, at one point, I think it was Raphael becomes Shredder or some shit in the comic. It's weird. The comics are weird. The comics have like 3 to 4 different continuities.
Yeah.
Or like depending on who.
The Laird and the in between.
Yeah.
That's what we have, like 8 different
versions.
Yeah, turtle books right now.
Yeah, look at turtles, man.
Kids love them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those are weird, man. Like I think it's like whatever worked, they ran with it, right?
Pretty much.
There was the next mutation.
Yeah, that was horrible.
The Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa, yeah.
Mona Lisa.
But those were live action Ninja Turtles. What more do you wanted? Mm-hmm. And it turned out she was like the 5th turtle the whole time that we just didn't know about her. But she was in France or something.
Some shit like that, yeah.
Learning from a different master. Mm-hmm. But she learned how to use Hadoukens.
Yeah. Or something. She had magic or some shit, right? She had magic, right? Yeah. Mona Lisa.
Never mind. I mean, it makes. I mean, we didn't have any female Renaissance artists back in those days, did we?
No.
That was the closest thing we had. So Mona Lisa. Good.
And it.
Next Mutation.
No, Mona Lisa was the frog one, right?
No, there was a turtle.
No, her name was Venus.
De Milo? Are you sure?
I think so.
Then what was Mona Lisa?
Mona Lisa was the frog. She was like a frog girl. She had like the little fucking like.
Because there was frog boys. They were
those guys came out later, but she was she was a frog, I think, or something.
I'm about to research more.
Yeah.
Remember that the frogs were a thing because they wanted.
They're all named after fucking like it's Genghis Khan and then fucking I don't remember the rest of them. But they're all named after fucking like warlords or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Napoleon. What was it? Napoleon.
Genghis Khan. Who else? There's 4 of them, weren't there?
Yeah.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah. And they were like Southern bumpkins. And like,
yeah, they weren't very.
Because Shredder fucking found them and he was like, I'm your friend.
There was a lot of that going on in those cartoons. Those cartoons were not, like I said, they weren't for the smart kids.
No.
So wait. So the second one, Shredder comes back. He becomes a Super Shredder because he tries to replicate the mutation.
Yeah.
Secret of the Ooze. Right?
Yeah. They steal the TRX or the TRI.
Whoa. They still won the last container.
Because that one scientist fucking destroyed them. He fucking, so the last one.
The scientist, wasn't he Baxter?
No, he wasn't Baxter. It would have been cool.
It was just some random scientist.
Yeah.
Who became friends with the turtles.
Yeah, because Shredder kidnapped him.
Yeah.
And then they saved him.
Yeah.
But before he made Razar and
baby, you made them baby. Best line in that fucking movie.
What is it? Razar and
Takar and was
Razar. It was a snapping turtle and like a wolf or something, mate.
A puppy.
Yeah.
A fucking puppy. Yeah, I was a wolf. Babies. You made them babies. Well, they didn't incubate for long enough or something.
Because he was impatient. He was like, hey, I need my warriors.
So the Ninja Turtles grew up naturally?
Yeah.
Like in 16 years?
Took them, they could talk and shit.
They could, radical.
Razar and Taka were fucking.
The super sped. Really
they were
quick.
babies, right?
Babies. Okay.
And Super Shredder was because he drank the fucking ooze, right? Like at the end.
Did he drink it?
He had like a vial of it.
But he fell into the. We didn't see him drink it.
No.
We see him fall into
But he
the
got like
beer
super He had to have drank
made
it.
by Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to have drank it.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Played by Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. I mean, that's the one with Kino.
That's the one with Kino. Okay. Because he joins the Foot Clan.
Yeah, to infiltrate them or whatever, right? And then to find out,
But then
they figure it out and they fucking, Kino, you're a traitor, and they capture Raph and
right.
Yeah.
Because they use that same gimmick from the first one where they, pow, 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 smoke.
Yeah.
But this time he gives them to him all the bells and stuff. Like,
take all the bells off without making a noise.
Pow, pow, pow. Fucking Kino.
And the Kino, I remember my first, the first line, and there's another one. Fucking the first line that Kino says, he's gonna go deliver some pizza.
Right.
And there's these three girls out front, and he's like, "Hey, which one of you want to fucking go on a ride with me tonight?" And they're like, "In your dreams, Kino, you're a nerd, right?" And he's like, "All right, but in my dreams, I'll dream of something thinner," and he fucking drives off.
He doesn't say that.
He does. He says that shit. And these girls are like, "How dare you, Kino?
Call me fat. Oh no, Kino." But they obviously know him.
I don't know, man.
They call him by his name. If they call him by his name,
Like, you're a nerd, Kino.
You're a nerd. Get out of
You
here.
deliver pizzas for a living.
Yeah.
You're like 30 years old. Pizzas.
You're never gonna do anything with your life, Kino. Go join a clan for people like stinky feet.
Fucking Kino.
This was Ninja Turtle. This is what you kids liked, huh?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? It's gonna blow your mind.
But
Do you know that Secret of the Ooze came out like a year later?
yeah,
Like they fucking jumped on that shit right away.
he had to do. Well, the whole thing was he was dead, and they didn't want that dead, so they quickly had to make that turnaround. Kids were like, "Oh, you can't kill the main antagonist,"
Which doesn't make sense, right? Because like we think he's dead because Casey Jones pulls the lever, and then we see his helmet fucking get crushed, right?
Yeah.
But he shows up with the helmet on.
And the next one,
Yeah.
well, they show the trash thing when he comes back out, and they
you
show
see him
popping out. And then he gets a different helmet, a different one. Remember?
No, he shows up to the fucking junkyard.
Uh-huh.
Well, what's his face? The fucking the master.
Right.
He's like, I am the leader of the Foot now. Whoever wants to challenge me, challenge me. And then Shredder's like, I challenge you. He's like, oh shit. Like, and he's wearing that fucking helmet.
Was it the same helmet?
Yeah, because then later the next scene is that they're sharpening it. They're making it like
They're making a different helmet. That's a different
But
helmet.
he has it on when he shows up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to watch these movies again now.
It's fucking weird, man.
It is. And that's what you kids like.
Yeah.
You fucking kids.
My favorite scene is like where Raph gets captured, and the other turtle's gonna go save him, and they're like, "This is too easy.
Yeah.
It's a little too easy." And then they go, "There's no one here, whatever, right?" And then Michelangelo's like, they go, "There's Raph," and he goes, "A little too Raph."
A little too Raph. See, and that again, more of the cartoon.
Yeah.
That's a cartoon quip, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was totally not meant to be a cartoon.
Oh no, it's super dark.
Yeah.
It's super different. People die.
Yeah, the second one is a cartoon. Is a cartoon.
Yeah.
Cartoon. Yeah, a lot of people die.
People die, dude.
Shit gets on fire.
Like fucking runaways are being like fucking groomed by Shrek.
That was the plot. There were kids in arcades that were lost souls.
Fucking Sam Rockwell is fucking giving cigarettes to fucking
Sam Rockwell with his cutout shirt.
yeah.
Kids.
Casey Jones beats up that fucking dude with a fucking golf club.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a tough time to be in fucking New York.
Yeah. In the fucking
1887.
80s and late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. If you don't have to deal with 7 foot tall and turtle, you had to deal with Charles Bronson or some shit.
Dirty Harry.
Nancy Justice, yeah.
But yeah, like, I remember that scene when he beats up the fucking headmaster or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's all like, he tells Sam Rockwell, Casey Jones, he goes, "What are you doing, man?" Like, he goes, "This is my family." He goes, "This is your family? That's your family?"
That's your family.
And then later on, Sam Rockwell tells the chief of police, like, "Oh, the headquarters over here." Like, he fucking rats them out and shit.
Yeah.
And we never see him again because Shredder killed him. Like, right?
You don't see him in part 2 at all.
Yeah. Shredder murdered him.
He went to Hollywood and became Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
Greatest TV actor ever.
But yeah,
The end.
that's a good movie.
Anything?
That's a good movie.
You think so?
It's a good movie.
The second
The
one?
first one.
Oh,
The second one's fun. The second one is fun. I'll give you that.
the first one's a solid Scorsese. The second one is like some sort of Spielberg.
Yeah.
You know.
And the third one. Oh, don't get me started on the third one.
Can we even do? We have to talk about that.
We had to talk about the third one.
So they go back in time. And
They go back to feudal Japan.
and then they come back. And then the end.
And they have samurai outfits.
The end. The end.
You think at some point when they were like, "This is what we're doing for the third one,"
Yeah.
that someone said, "Yosagi Yojimbo."
Someone had to.
Right?
Say that.
Like we got to put him in
The
there.
cartoon. Everyone who saw him in the cartoon loved fucking that cartoon rabbit, dude.
Yeah. Because it makes sense.
Should have been there.
It should totally
Should have been there. But how would you put him in feudal Japan? How would you make him a character?
Just make it like it just be like
There's no TRI or TGRF. Or
no,
whatever
you
it
just
is.
do it, and then like it's like one of those things where like, oh, he was a fucking spirit, or you know, like he was the guardian of the fucking forest, or whatever. You know?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, right. I see where you're going with
I think you could have gotten away with that. I think you could.
I mean, Sansa Kai would probably have been like, nah, dick, shut up.
I mean,
Japan.
How far away is it that they had a fucking staff that travels through time?
How far away?
You know what I mean? Like it's like no, and the thing too. You know what's really silly about that movie?
Yeah.
So April finds that at a fucking
Antique store.
antique store or whatever. She bought the Splinter. She's like, "Oh, you might like this. It's old in Japanese, right?"
It's a cane.
Yeah,
Know?
and it activates and they go back in time, right?
Right.
Well, they break it.
Right.
Like it gets broken. It gets destroyed.
Yeah, in the future.
No, in the
In
past.
the past.
So they needed to get back, right?
Right.
So Donnie fucking draws a schematic of it, and he
welds
has
it.
some fucking blacksmith remake it.
Yeah. Yeah, he makes a mold,
Yeah, so like that is
but he makes a mold using the two parts
Yeah.
of the original, doesn't he?
yeah, but the whatever causes it to travel through time is like either magic, right?
Uh-huh.
Or it's some kind of like fucking mechanism
Right? Would be inside that tree, right?
would be inside of it, right? So like,
Right.
but it broke, like it shatters.
Okay.
And Donnie fucking like was like, "Oh, make me this," and the guy's like, "All right," and he fucking does it.
Does it shatter? Don't they use the pieces as a mold?
No, it breaks. Like Donnie has a drawing, like he did a fucking schematic of it.
And just like that, it fucking works.
It fucking works.
He has machines, whatever fucking Sanga says, you know? He does machines.
And then that movie is the return of Casey Jones. Casey Jones comes back because the turtles switch places with these
Four
Japanese,
Japanese dudes.
right? And so Casey Jones has to take care of them, like make sure they stay out of trouble. And then in the past,
Mm-hmm.
they meet Casey Jones's ancestor, right? Yeah. And it's the same dude, but he's got like a beard, right? He's got like a beard and short hair.
Yeah, but it was when the English were just coming to Japan.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a white guy
Yeah.
in Japan.
And then April's kind of into Casey Jones's ancestor. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Because it's Casey Jones.
Yeah. It's like our third April too, right? Is it a different April?
The 3rd April.
Yeah.
That's correct. That's before they go live underground in that one abandoned, what is it, subway thing?
That's part two.
That's part 2?
That's part
So
two.
they find that little
Find
thing.
it, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the sequel to that one, to part 3, is the animated
Yeah, yeah.
TMNT.
TMT.
TMNT
So that one is a loose fucking sequel.
to all of them.
All of them, because at the end of that one, Splinter has like a fucking trophy room, right? And it's the the thing with the
Container.
the container with the ooze,
Uh-huh.
the fucking time travel fucking staff thing.
With the helmets.
Yeah, and then fucking Shredder's helmet,
Mhm.
right? So it's to show like it all happened, and you know.
There was other stuff in there, like from the cartoons. And stuff
Yeah,
like
there
that,
was
right?
like the scroll. They had the turtles in the samurai suits in the background, or some shit. Yeah,
So yeah, it was like I said, loose.
loose the sequel.
So loose they didn't make a sequel to that one.
No, they never did.
It seems like every 10 years they would have like 2 sequels or 2 versions of Ninja Turtles made. Like ever since we've been born, 35 years, there's been regular Turtles, like I said, Mutant Mayhem, the Nickelodeon versions, the freaking what else is there? There's like different versions of
There's always an Ninja Turtle. I feel like there's always a Ninja Turtle cartoon on the air.
always.
Yeah.
And even when we didn't have any, we had the live action, live action
Fucking
Mayhem,
Mayhem,
whatever
right?
it's called.
What's it called? Mayhem?
No.
That's a new one. New one's called Mayhem, right?
Yeah, what's it called?
The Next Mutation.
Next Mutation.
Yeah,
That's where we got Venus and Milo.
yeah. That's when Venus and Milo came out.
Mhm.
And then we got
And they fought the Power Rangers.
the Power Rangers.
Yeah. Well, again, we can prove those fuckers cross over with everybody.
Oh yeah, another team with Naruto.
With Naruto. Where's my number one?
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
working on it.
We're never gonna get that. So yeah.
You know what? It's funny. Like I've only seen like the first episode of Naruto,
Mhm.
but when I heard they made that, I go, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It's perfect sense.
Yeah.
It perfect sense. But should be Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It should be.
It's just saying it's a
It
feudal
should.
Japan type of era style, you know.
Yeah.
And
Those covers don't make any sense.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
There's one cover where they're eating pizza with them.
There's
In
no
the
pizza.
sewer.
Yeah. Oh, there's no sewers in
Yeah, right. Feudal Japan.
feudal Japan that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
That I'm aware of.
they were.
Hmm.
But yeah, turtles, man.
Yeah.
Turtles will always be here.
No, actually, let me stop myself because of my Naruto nerdiness lore. I do know that there is a city inside that freaking Naruto world that's like a big metropolitan city, and they do have sewers because that's where Naruto's master Jiraiya died. He fucking got stabbed coming out of one of those pipes and shit.
There you go. That all makes sense.
Fuck. Anyway, why are they trying to find his killer? What? They already found his killer. Never mind. Let's carry on.
Yeah, turtles, man.
Ninja Turtles.
You know, it's funny. Like turtles is like one of those things that like every generation has their turtles.
Yeah.
So I remember when we went to go see the Michael Bay one.
Yeah.
I remember we saw the first
Like,
one.
who's this for?
And then we watched it. And I was like, that's all right. Whatever, right?
It's for people who watch
Yeah.
Transformers.
And I remember like coming home, and Frances, she was still little.
Mm-hmm.
She went to she was with the boys and girls, and they took them to go see that.
Cool.
And she remember she came home. She goes, "Have you ever heard of the Ninja Turtles?" And I was like, "Oh."
Girl, sit down. Let me tell you.
And it's funny because I feel like they doubled down on the sequel to that one.
Yeah. Oh,
That one was just the cartoon.
yeah.
Yeah, Rock City, Bebop, Technodrome, fucking Krang.
Mhm.
Go.
They said this is what worked for the kids. This is the nostalgia we want.
Yeah,
This is what you're gonna do.
yeah. The only thing that I didn't like about that movie was fucking Stephen Amell as Casey Jones. I didn't buy him.
Oh right, fucking Capuchonas again. Fucking Ted Black and the fucking
Ted Black.
I forgot he was Casey.
He was
Jones.
Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I did like about it as Vern. Fucking what's his name?
Fucking Will Arnett.
Yes,
Will Arnett.
thank you, Will Arnett.
He was Vern.
It was Vern. TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not in the comic. It's I'm aware of in the comic.
No.
You know.
No, that was from the cartoon.
That was
Yeah.
from the
And
cartoon.
he was the first one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoopi Goldberg was the fucking head of the network or whatever.
Yes, he was.
And then
He was their Perry White.
fucking Tyler Perry was Baxter.
Yes. Yes, he was. And he did not change into any
No.
other outfits.
That would have been
perfect, right?
yeah.
I mean, I don't get sure, maybe not my dad. Don't get me wrong. You know.
That'd be Medea.
You know.
Want him to turn into a big fly, but he's Medea.
Yes.
That'd been great.
That'd
That'd been great. Yeah.
We'll never get that.
Never gonna get
No, we never got a sequel.
No, like, and I feel like they could have done it in this
Yeah.
one. They could have easily done it in this one. Like, oh no, when when Rocksteady and Bebop transformed, like, oh no, they broke the shit, and like,
you know, he got transformed too. Got a little bit of the gas.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a fly there.
the fly.
Done. Well, he was in the latest iteration, that
Yeah.
cartoon one, right?
He was the cartoon one was weird because it was Baxter Stockman, but then like the fly
turned into
the fly transformed into a human or some shit.
right. Wait, so it's not Baxter Stockman?
No, he was trying to create
He
them.
died.
He died. Yeah, the
Yeah.
fucking soldiers were killed him.
Yeah, you're right. Oh,
It was
shit.
Superfly.
He was Superfly. See, and it's always different. It's always a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be 100%. But as long as they're eating pizza and they're being cool dudes with attitudes,
And they ride skateboards, and
I think we'll be all right.
yeah.
So the next 10 years, we'll have another different version, different iteration of Ninja Turtles.
That's scary, man. If you think about it, like the people that are gonna play the Ninja Turtles
Mhm.
in the next iteration
We're gonna be younger.
probably not even born yet.
We don't even know what Peter Laird and
Yeah.
Kevin Eastman are. You know,
Mhm.
and those guys are just enjoying the fucking money now, right?
Pretty much.
So like, I mean, I know that one of the books is like written by one of them, the other one's by the other.
Well,
guy.
no, yeah. So the whole thing is that Eastman left
Mhm.
early on, like when the toys and stuff, all the marketing stuff are happening.
Yeah.
He didn't like that part of it
Yeah.
because he was like a younger dude. Like fucking Peter Laird was already like in his 40s and shit. He was
Oh,
already like in
okay.
his late 30s. And
Why is he still alive?
yeah, I know.
Shit.
And fucking Eastman was he was like a young dude. He was like in his late teens, early 20s.
No, you don't want to sell out, man.
Yeah. To the point where like the check he got for the cartoon he bought Heavy Metal magazine.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it was going out of business, so he bought it. And again, that was his way of being like, I'm using this money to do something cool. You're right.
That's pretty fucking metal.
Right? It's kind of hardcore, right?
Yeah.
But he signed away the rights or whatever. The deal was he could do comics, but he was going to have nothing to do with the cartoon and toys and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then literally, like I think like a couple years after that, they sold it for millions of dollars. And that's what caused the riff. Was he was like, what the fuck? Like, and then like you signed it away, like, you know.
Yeah, you gave it away, youngster.
And it wasn't until recently they got back together, like in like 2019 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
That was a big deal.
Yeah,
people were making a big deal. Well, after that, that's when all this stuff.
Last Ronin fucking started all.
Yeah. So, good job, guys.
But
keeping it alive.
Yeah.
Won't die.
Won't die, man.
Turtles say die.
Turtles forever.
Turtles forever, apparently. Never say die.
Like, who would have thought? Like, imagine, like, think of, like, come up with that silly idea of, like turtles
that don't karate.
Yeah, and you're just, like, and then it becomes, like, something that's, like, 40 years down the line still going.
Yeah. Again, it's just, again, where earlier we were talking about put two words together and go with it. That's kind of what it seems like. He was like, what if these turtles were ninjas, man? Yeah, they're teenagers.
They eat pizza.
They eat pizza. Oh, shit, man. Shit, man. I gotta stop smoking this shit, dude.
Because it's so perfect, though. You think about it, because when you're a kid, fucking pizza is the best. And you're just like, these guys eat pizza too?
Me
like,
too.
I do too. These guys skateboard?
What? Me too.
These guys have ninja weapons?
I want ninja weapons.
When I was a kid, I remember like nunchucks were illegal.
Yeah.
In LA County, whatever. And I always wanted a pair of nunchucks. My dad was like, no, those are weapons. And I'm like, they're nunchucks, they're cool.
You should have done the alternative. What we did is 99-cent store had those little foam nunchucks.
Oh, yeah.
With a string, with the string across. And we used to beat the shit out of each other with those things. So I'm just saying, they were illegal, but, you know.
My dad was telling me a story about when he was in high school. He met this guy who was really into fucking Bruce Lee. And he had all his Bruce Lee shit everywhere. And then he took him to his garage to show him his gym or whatever, and he had like nunchucks. And he's like, and then he told me, he goes, "Oh, check it out." And he started doing it. He started doing the fucking, and he fucking hit himself in the face.
He wasn't very good.
And he's like, "Oh, it happens sometimes."
Hey, why is this man trying to take your dad into his garage?
I know, right?
Oh boy,
we're gonna
what to unpack that one?
I ask. Well,
I'll ask him later, sir. How do you do?
But nunchucks aren't illegal anymore. You can get them now.
Yeah, you can get ninja stars if you want now.
Really?
Yeah. You want ninja stars?
No.
We have like a targeted practice here.
No, you don't want, like, what are they called? The shurikens?
Shurikens?
Yeah, like, was it the
ninja stars?
No, the ones that are like, no, that's not what they're called then. The ones that it has like it's like an arrow, and then it has like a little like stick with a circle.
Arrow with a stick?
Yeah, it's like a blade, and it's kind of shaped like an arrowhead. And it has like a little like a I guess like a handle on you, but you spin them on your fucking fingers and you fucking like.
Shuriken.
Is that Shuriken?
Yeah.
That's Ninja Star?
Yeah, it's Shiruken.
Sure.
Like Naruto.
Yeah.
Like Naruto.
It's got a cool weapon.
Yeah.
Cool looking weapon.
Yeah. Okay. I got two of them at home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I got just hanging on the wall.
Oh.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I spin around my finger. Really?
Oh,
yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Like I remember thinking when I found out as a kid, when you learn how to use a size, that one of the things they teach you is when you're fighting, is you fucking like flip it.
Yeah.
So the blade is right here on your forearm.
Yeah.
And you can fucking block a sword.
Yep.
Yep. It's amazing.
Now the sai was meant mostly for defense.
Yeah.
That's what they gave it.
You can grab shit with it too. You can fucking like
Yeah. You block it, put it, twist, and there you go.
Yeah.
That's what was given to Ralph, the angriest one. He had to learn discipline and how to defend.
Yeah.
Not how to attack, because he was good at that.
Yeah.
He had to learn how to defend. That's why he was given the sai. The katana is a sign of leadership, forward thinking, charge and advancing. Bow, staff, gentle, yet strong. Think about it. Nunchucks, wild, crazy, or whatever.
Damn.
Fucking
Splinter knew, man.
Splinter fucking. Besides knowing their names or how their attitudes are gonna be,
the colors.
He just had it all down, dude.
What was it when Mike has the nunchuck competition with the Foot Clan guy?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, a fellow trucker. And then
around his neck.
Dude, I never got it as a kid until I watched it. He wins by fucking spinning it on his finger. And he's just spinning it on his finger. Like the fucking chain is on the tip of his finger and it's spinning around like a basketball.
That's how he wins.
So silly.
Well, he wins because he kicks the shit out of the foot guy.
Yeah.
But whatever, yeah. It's hilarious.
That dude's doing the between his neck and both sides of his neck and under his legs. And... But Mike's just doing the circle like the turtle on the shout.
So that's what kids like, huh?
It's a good movie.
All right.
It's a good movie. We're going to watch it on Saturday.
All right, fine. Yeah, just going to have it on.
Yeah. Part 3.
I mean, we had it on Saturday. Yeah.
Part 3 was amazing.
Part 3
it was so much better than I remember.
We all loved it. We were all gassed at the part where, like, Kino's great-great-grandfather shows up.
Kino.
Yeah. Part 3.
Kino was like, was he Raphael in the first one?
Yeah.
He was somebody. He was a bite over one of them.
Yeah. He was Raphael.
Yeah.
Because he could do the kicks and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing. Remember, they were all, you could see the people's faces inside them.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to see the 3D restoration or
It'd be
4K.
Great. You can see all their fucking faces. And,
and all their flaws and stuff. See them with the wires and little puppets.
I think Corey Feldman was with Donnie?
Donatello.
Yeah. Corey Feldman was the voice of Donatello.
Yeah. He wasn't in the costume.
No.
He was the voice.
He was the voice of Donatello.
That's why people tell me, he was in there? Yeah, he was in there.
Yeah, they replaced him. I think in part 2 he's not. And then part 3 he comes back. I remember part 2, I always remember is when Donnie sees that clown, the tipping clown in the toy store.
Oh.
He's like, yeah. Like,
he goes like that.
No.
Yeah. So silly.
And then when Michelangelo beats up the guy with the salamis.
Yeah.
He was in the salamis.
Do you remember this movie very fondly?
Oh, dude, I love those movies.
We're watching on Saturday.
I love those movies. Movies are the best.
I bet.
Fucking Kino and fucking Vanilla Ice and
yeah. No, I had the soundtrack. I had the soundtrack. Funny story about that second movie though. Like when that movie came out, I was in the States. I wasn't here. I was in a vacation with my mother in Mexico and my brother. And so I didn't get to see the movie when it came out. I was like, oh shit. But in Mexico at a bus stop, they had the first issue of the movie.
Oh, nice.
It was in Spanish, but it was the first part of the movie in comic book format.
Nice. Yeah.
And I picked that up. I remember my mom picked that up, and she picked up another book for me too. But that was like my first view into that movie was in a comic book format in Spanish. What happened to that book? Who knows? But yeah.
And my dad was like, yes.
Yeah.
I remember, was it the first one when Splinter's telling the story about their origin?
Yeah.
And then like the little turtle, the little tiny, they're like, radical.
Pizza. Radical. Yeah.
Where did they get money for the pizza?
They collect cans.
Maybe. Yeah.
They collect cans.
Did they rob the fucking like the thieves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably have, Robin Hood syndrome.
Because clearly they have money, right? Because Raph goes to the theater.
Yeah.
In the first one.
And he has trench coat and a fucking hat. I guess you can pick those from the street. But no, here's my thing. And I think it's the first one where they order the pizza and the guy's waiting up top. With the $10 bill, the 20 they give him, it's all ugly. It's crunchy and disgusting.
They just find it in the fucking soup.
Yeah,
that's gross.
Like that.
That's maybe.
And, oh shit! I found $20. Order a pizza.
They order pizza all the time. So I mean, right?
Not just that. If they order pizza all the time, do you think these people would know that there's someone good out there?
Because it was 38 and a 6, or was it
3/4 or something.
Yeah, it was in the sewers.
Yeah.
Like, come on. The first one they had Domino's as the sponsor, because but the second one it was just like fucking Ray's Pizza or whatever, like
Kino's Pizza.
Kino, good old Kino.
Whatever happened to him, who knows?
No, he got real sick. He's like dying.
What in real life?
Yeah, Ernie Reyes Jr.
In real life?
Yeah.
Oh no.
He needs like a kidney or something.
I know he was doing like a convention and all that stuff. He needs a kidney?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Again?
Yeah,
Didn't he already need a kidney?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh,
he's really bad.
man.
I looked it up to like his last fucking thing was Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah, he was one of the little cavemen.
Yeah, the one that fucking skull mask.
Yeah.
The Indy fucking punches his face.
Yeah, I mean that's not how the way you want to go.
No.
I mean, because he was one of those mud people that just were
Yeah,
jumping
they
around.
were climbing the fucking holes or whatever. Yeah.
And it's not how the way you want to go. That's not how you want to be remembered. Kino. Yeah.
Bring him back.
Remember we saw him at a couple cons. He was at a couple of those cons, San Diego.
Yeah, it's Kino, man.
Yeah.
Remember Reyes Jr. when he was like little kid, he did that TV show.
Which one?
He was like his grandfather taught him karate, and he like knew more.
Fu?
No, I forgot what it's called, but like there's a clip floating around where he beats up fucking Don Cheadle.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's like a gangster and he
Yeah.
goes up to him and what's it called? Not Kung Fu.
No, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah. Right,
Fucking Butthead is in it.
yeah. It's his friend or
Yeah.
Yeah, Butthead. I'm never gonna know that guy's real name.
No, his name is Butthead.
Butthead for the rest of my
Yeah.
life. From the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Butthead.
But yeah, man, Turtles.
We talked about an hour about Ninja Turtles.
I could go all day, man.
Fuck, dude. Well, how about what iteration of Ninja Turtles did we not talk about yet? Mutation. There's a 3D one.
Yeah.
There was a cartoon. And
I mean, Mutant Mayhem is really cool. Like, it's funny, but I know a lot of people didn't like that movie, but I don't know why. Like, I thought it was really fun.
It was chaotic.
Yeah.
It was chaotic.
Fucking Jackie Chan is Splinter.
That's hilarious. He gets married with a bug at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
They're gonna milk you. They're gonna milk you.
we didn't touch on something very, very, actually very near to me because it was one of the first video games I learned. Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time. Yeah.
Turtles in Time. Dude, I spent many a penny trying to play that game.
That shit was hard.
That shit was fucking hard. And he ended up at a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the one before? There was that first arcade one.
The first arcade, then there's a second one, which is the Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time, and there was like
the third one. Is the third one?
Well, if you go to like, I don't know if it's still there, but I know that like Dave and Buster's, they had like basically it was Smash Brothers, but with turtles.
Oh, I know there was a couple the Tournament Fighters, but it was like for Super Nintendo or something like that.
They had like an arcade version of it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's why I fucking learned a lot about Ninja Turtles playing those fucking games.
Turtles in Time.
You must save April. Yeah. Turtles help.
Yeah. Because the original arcade one where you had to fight like it was like Foot Clan soldiers, but also like mousers, right?
Yeah, those weird mousers.
You just fucking hate them. Dude, the original Nintendo version, that shit was hard.
That was difficult. That Water Dam level, fuck damn that.
That shit was hard.
Damn that level. As an adult, I still try to play, and I still don't.
I can't do it.
No. I had no hand dexterity anymore either.
And you get the power ups, you're like Ninja Star.
Yeah. That was the song.
I just like I think I used to use Donatello. Like I like the fucking you just like in like straight stab.
You got range, and then you want to stab down. You can totally stab down. Michelangelo's the worst, or Raphael was the worst.
You just spin it around.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Dun.
Go Turtles.
Yeah. The second one was better, side scroller, and then the fighting one.
And they did that remastered one recently, right? It was like the.
Yeah, and they added characters to it.
Yeah.
It was weird because they added like extra people to it. You can play with.
You can play April, right? You can play April and Casey Jones. Yeah.
Splinter. Stuff like that. That's weird to me.
What was it? Shredder's Revenge or something like that? Like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Shredder's Revenge, and that's how it ends.
I'm
pretty sure there's more, and I'm missing all of them. I know there's Game Boy ones and shit like that, but can't think off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. I think it's like, people always say like, oh, when you think about it, people know fucking Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. I think everybody knows Turtles, man. Like I think it's like, I think it's like like you don't know the nuances of it because it was like so big.
But you know Ninja Turtles.
You know Ninja Turtles.
You know pizza.
Yeah.
You know they live in the sewers and filthy animals.
Yeah. That's what Frances told me when she saw that movie the first time. She's like, they probably smell really bad, huh? And I was like, they probably do smell really bad because they're big fucking reptiles.
Humongous reptiles.
And reptiles smell horrible.
Have you ever smelled a tiny reptile? Imagine it.
And then they live in the sewer?
Ooh. It smells like your taint, bro.
Oh.
Taint Mutant Ninja. You.
That's why when she brought that, like I was like, I never thought of that. They probably do smell horrible.
Yeah. Holy shit. That ruined my whole hour, by the way. It's like, oh yeah, I love turtles. I love turtles. No, you know what? No.
They smell terrible.
It's all right.
She did a whole little commentary about that, like April fucking like, oh, like,
Yeah, all the time. You know what? We're gonna make it, sir. But you know what? Her whole thing is she has like a closed septum.
oh, she didn't
the
know.
whole time.
Like she's introducing to her friends, like, oh my god.
Yeah,
like,
you hang out with these fuckers. Are you okay? How can you? How can you stand it? Jeez.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I closed septum.
Yeah,
I'm done.
they're great.
Yeah,
We eat pizza.
Yeah.
We eat this horrible pizza with fucking jelly beans and fucking
Oh, right.
spaghetti or whatever on it, right?
Yeah, eggs, fried eggs,
Yeah.
jam, and maple syrup.
Yeah.
Actually, sounds good.
Did you ever see that is the movie with John Cena and Aquafina? Did you ever watch that movie?
No, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the only John Cena Aquafina movie.
So in that movie, he's like a bodyguarder, but he loves the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And so he hypes himself up with the fucking Turtle Power song, and then and he's always like, at the end, like he's all fucked up, and they're like, "We need your help," and he's like, "Turtle Power." And he's like, fucking. But in the after credits, because she wins the lottery, the whole point of the movie, right? She gives him money for his dream, and his dream is to open a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle themed pizza place. Yeah. And he opens it, and everyone's like, "Yeah!" And then he gets a letter, and she's like, "Did you not get the rights to it?"
Whoops.
Yeah.
He had a dream, dude. He didn't know.
That's all he wanted.
That's all he wanted. He didn't know there's litigation behind it. Why?
Yeah. And turtles, man, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. You can't escape.
You can't get away from it.
From Legos to toys.
All the knockoffs, like fucking, like, you know, fucking. Yeah, I mean, you think about it, like Street Sharks and fucking all that shit is fucking
Ninja
like
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
Biker Mice from Mars.
It's just like make it, you know,
make it a different animal.
Yeah.
Again, going back to get two lures.
Stick it together.
Stick them together. Go with it. Because before that, before Ninja Turtles, it was like Cowboy Rangers, like, you know,
fucking space.
Yeah. And it wasn't absurd or anything like that. It wasn't like mutants. Was there mutants?
Not really.
No, it's all like cyborgs and fantasy sci-fi.
And then like the 90s was all like the internet. Like it was all like
internet's coming around.
Reality.
Yeah. Goom, 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 goom.
Yeah. That was like weird, man.
Yeah. We didn't know.
What's it now? Like fucking AI or fucking...
Yeah, we're scared of AI.
Yeah, we're scared of AI.
So now we can do things with
Bitcoin. We're scared of Bitcoin.
Doge.
That dog.
The dog. Oh no, Elon's gonna stick it on us.
Oh no. That little fluffy dog.
Oh, no. He's that Bitcoin. No, I guess.
That's all we got, man.
That's all we got. AI, AI is, everyone's scared of it. I keep seeing posts about people like, your AI is, you know, Chat GPT just went through an upgrade and all these Ghibli pictures are coming up. People are again fucking pissed off.
Oh yeah.
You know? Oh, stop doing that. And then they added motion to a lot of these things. So it's you can pretty much make a movie really.
Oh yeah.
Too, you know, stuff now.
Have you seen those videos where it's like I saw them the other day, it was like the cast of Modern Family, and it showed them like when they're on the show, and then they like turn around. Oh, and then it's like how they look like now. Yeah.
Weird.
It's so fucking weird.
Or the ones where like it's old Will Smith with young Will Smith, and like, you know, the old version and their younger.
Oh, they're like hugging.
It's like DiCaprio is hugging himself. Like, dude, stop that. That's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
That's
our next hurdle. Anyway,
what are we gonna do? Fucking teenage artificial intelligent
ninja
rabbits.
Okay.
No, what is it? Capoeira.
Capybara.
Capybara. No, those are fucking
teenage capybaras.
Oh,
Capoeira capybaras.
They flips it. They're like, only the strong.
Only the strong. Well, then the capybaras were played by Ernie Reyes Jr.
Oh,
he needs a job. He needs a kidney. Someone give Ernie Reyes his kidney, because I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kino.
Sorry, bud.
Be like, oh, I'm sorry.
What if we were
dreaming of something?
You're wrong.
That's so wrong.
I'm dreaming of something thinner that doesn't need a kidney transplant.
Or Kino.
We shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Or Kino.
Yeah. So thank you to whoever stayed to the end. Anything going on in the next?
No,
We're good
Free
until
comic book day
the end of May.
at the beginning of May.
Oh shit! The beginning of May. That's like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, some of that. No, 2-3 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, because this is gonna come out this week, next week.
yeah, about 3 weeks.
Yeah, so 3 weeks.
Fuck, should probably advertise that, huh?
Yeah. I know. I mean, we're just getting through freaking the Ninja Turtles event.
I should probably advertise that. Huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe.
We'll see how it goes.
You know what? All right, I'll put it out this week.
All right.
Free comic book day.
All right.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were putting it out right now.
Oh, you want to know who's gonna be there?
Yeah.
We're gonna have who we're gonna have? Steffi Doodle.
Okay.
Steffi Doodle will be here.
Illustrious.
What's his face? Alan Carter.
Ooh,
Alan Carter will be
Alan
here.
Carter. Okay.
Diego Sanchez.
Oh, Diego Sanchez.
Yeah.
The deeply enthralled Diego Sanchez.
Fucking Villegas will be here.
Oh, I know her. I
Yeah.
met her before.
Oh, and then fucking Angel and Jazz.
Oh yeah, doing their repeat freaking coming of age story.
Yeah.
Klaus the mouse
Klaus the Mouse.
buys a house in the Laos.
In
Laos.
Laos. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun.
It's really interesting. It's really
We're gonna
good.
have free comics.
Holy shit, free?
Free.
How much are they?
Free.
Wow. Mess that again next time.
But not for me. No.
Hey. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I
All
think
right.
that's it.
All right. In that case, let's get ready.
Capybaras.
Capybaras. Capoeira capybaras.
Because- That could be a thing.
Commercially aged capybaras. Capoeira
And
capybaras.
just as we could tell that they're doing capoeira,
Uh-huh.
they put the pants on them.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The big boy
The
pants.
pants. That's the only thing you're gonna put on them. You're gonna
Yeah.
put nothing else but
Yeah.
the pants.
The big
Yeah.
boy pants.
Capoeiras and capoeira.
I think people
pants.
would be into that. I think we could sell little figures of that.
Like capoeira pants.
And then like we had that song that
With the little tinted.
Yeah. I feel like Miguel loves that movie.
Oh,
He
well,
loves that
we
movie.
got a client.
Like
right
he fucking sings that song all the time. When he was hyped up, he's like, he does he just clap his hands. He does
Does he have a little timpani thing or a little?
No.
Anyway, Teenage Mutant Capybaras.
Capybaras.
Capoeira capybaras.
It rolls off the tongue.
It doesn't really,
But
but
here's the problem. Here's the
Uh-huh.
problem. You can't add another K to it. It could be KKK.
well, they're C's. They're not even K's.
Oh, okay. No.
Capoeiras were the C.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure at
Yeah.
all.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm good then. I'm
I'm
just saying. Just be careful.
we gotta be
Be
careful.
careful.
We can't be KKK in this.
No.
The Ku Klux capybara.
Oh.
All right, then. I think we're done. I think we're done for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Issue 154, ComiCentric.
Two more.
Two more.
We're
I'm
excited.
already putting the wheels in motion.
Excited.
I talked to Dre. I talked to
Excited.
Marisol. Patrick doesn't know what Riverside is, so I don't know if we're gonna get him.
It's in the high desert.
In the high desert. That's, you know what? The high desert's where it's at, apparently.
The high desert.
So to anyone still listening, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the Ninja Turtles banter. Bye-bye.
Turtle power.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ready to turn this off this way.